to make your first time home buying special. Okay, maybe I took the first time theme a bit too far with those clients. But it did get me thinking about home-related first times, buying, renovating, and building. I set off on my next journey to gather tips and answer questions. So Emma, I wanted to invite you out as being an ideal first-time home buyer. You just went through the first-time home buyer process. Yeah. Can you share with us a little bit of what your expectations and your questions were when you started that process?
Yeah, so I actually went into the process super prepared. I had my financing lined up. I was in touch with a mortgage broker, and still a lot of my questions were kind of, what was I going to be able to afford for my budget? So it really took getting out there and kind of seeing what was out there to get an idea of what I was going to kind of get for my money. The other big question I had was a lot of the semantics that went into it. So the process of getting all the documents signed and all the hoops you have to jump through. I had no idea what to expect, really.
Yeah, and you bought a townhome, correct?
I did, yeah.
So that's even more paperwork. So that was probably very enlightening for you.
It was, yeah. A lot of the process that was additional because of the townhouse, I had no idea that I would need it to complete. So it was a huge learning curve for me.
So what is some of the advice that you would offer, having successfully gone through the process? Unscathed, I'm hoping.
Yes, yeah, luckily.
Luckily?
Yeah.
So what is some of the advice you would want to embark from how prepared you were to going through the process?
I would definitely recommend talking to a mortgage broker and getting in touch with a realtor kind of right off the bat, because knowing your budget before you even start looking is going to really help you out. The other thing I would suggest people is just to keep an open mind. I think even though you can be prepared as you can be, there's always going to be obstacles. So just kind of keep your head up and don't get overwhelmed by the process, and stay positive, because it'll most likely work out in the end, and it's well worth it. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. Thank you, Emma, for
sharing.
sharing.
My pleasure.
One of the biggest questions first-time homebuyers have is whether or not they can get a mortgage, and address all the legal aspects. As always, I turn to my trusted experts. Hi, Jeremy. Today we're talking to first-time homebuyers and all about the first home. What do they need to know?
Kim, that's a great question. And what I'd suggest is, before a first-time homebuyer gets out there and starts looking at homes, is let's look into affordability. What can you afford? Whether you're looking to purchase on your own or with your significant other, I recommend that you sit down to understand income, the expenses, the liabilities, so that you can have a better understanding as to what's affordable for you on a monthly basis. With respect to finding out what your max mortgage is, not a problem, not a worry. We can take care of that with a quick application. We can let you know what your max purchase price will be. Second, as it relates to down payment, what many first-time homebuyers don't realize is they have access to the Government of Canada's First-Time Homebuyers Plan. This plan is great. It allows you to pull up to $25,000 from your RRSP. Now, if you don't have an RRSP today, not to worry. You can certainly put the money in there today. The rule is it must be vested for a period of 89 days, and then you can redeem it on the 90th day. One caveat. The full RRSP, the amount you borrow, must be paid back within 15 years. So for example, let's suggest you pull out $15,000 from the RRSP. You have to pay back $1,000 each year. If you do not pay that back, it becomes taxable at your marginal tax rate. If you're a first-time homebuyer or know any first-time homebuyers or just have questions, don't hesitate to give us a call or look us up online at canadamortgagedirect.com.
Hi, I'm Jeff Kahane from Kahane Law Office, and I'm here to talk to you today about how to pick a real estate lawyer. There's three things I want you to pay attention to. The first, you want to pick someone who does a lot of real estate work. While all lawyers in Alberta can do any kind of law, it's good to have someone who has the experience of fine details of a transaction, so you have all that knowledge behind you to help you on your transaction. Number two, you want to find an all-inclusive price. So most times you'll hear it's X number of dollars plus disbursements, but you might not understand what those disbursements are and might be surprised at the end with your bill. Other charges that you can see are photocopy charges, file administration fees. You don't want that. You want an all-in fixed price so you know what you're agreeing to before you agree to it. And number 3, you want to see how long it takes your lawyer to call you back. If you have a problem on your possession day and you need to talk to someone to make sure you get your home to live in for the weekend, then you want to be able to get a hold of your lawyer in a fairly timely manner. If you call to try and give them work and they're not calling you back for 2 or 3 days, well, that might be an indication of the service you're going to get. That's it for today. Thank you, and we'll see you next time.
Hi, I'm Sandra Robertson. I'm with Red Reed. I'm a condominium expert. We advocate for first-time condominium buyers. There are 3 things that they often overlook. Firstly, bylaws. The bylaws are the rules of the condominium corporation that you must live by. Can you imagine not having your documents reviewed and moving into your new condominium, finding out that a month later, Fluffy is being evicted? This would be devastating to the family. Secondly, special assessments. Most condominium buyers are quite concerned about the cost of buying their condominium. A special assessment is a cash call over and above your condominium fees that are due every month. We can help predict whether there's going to be a special assessment in the corporation by reviewing your documents thoroughly. Lastly, the value of your home. You want to make sure that you're buying into a corporation that maintains the value of your home or increases your investment. We can make sure that that happens by doing the review of the documents thoroughly before you purchase. The number 1 mistake that a condominium buyer can make is not having the documents reviewed by an expert. Please contact us, reach out to us with any questions or concerns that you may have. Thank you.
Often when you purchase a home, there's work that needs to be done to get it exactly how you want it. From upgrades and full renovations to new furniture. I stopped by the Restore for some great deals and checked in with Anna on why you should work with a designer. So Alex, thanks for inviting me in. Restore is a very cool concept for homes and giving back and so forth and so on. And today we're really talking a lot about first-time home buyers and what are the alternatives out there. So tell me a bit about Restore.
So the Restore is a really cool retail social enterprise where homeowners can come in, do-it-yourselfers can come in, they can find building materials, flooring, tile, appliances, furniture, paint, you name it, for their renovations or for their home projects, be able to get it at a great price and feel good about supporting a great cause.
Is everything reused or is some of it new, or how do you come up with your product here?
About 80 to 90% of our building materials and hardware supplies are actually new, donated from businesses local in Calgary. And the remainder of our products, like furniture and appliances, are used, but they've been refurbished to some sense. We have a team of technicians that take care of our appliances to make sure that we can sell them with a warranty.
Now, are some of these out of existing homes that they're just updating or upcycling or changing out from patio doors or something like that? Or are these all new?
Some of it's salvaged, so doors and windows from homes. The majority of it actually come from window and door manufacturers who just have extra material that they're looking to donate to us. So it's all brand new.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So then tell me about the donate side. So the why. Why would they give you all this? Because I'm seeing Lux windows and stuff. Why would they give you all this?
A lot of the times if it's a business donation, it's because they have stock that's taking up too much space and they need to find a home for it, or they're looking to be able to support the community in some way, and so they can donate to us.
And by supporting the community, you guys also support?
Habitat for Humanity.
That's awesome.
So all proceeds from the store go to supporting home construction with Habitat for Humanity Southern Alberta.
And how many houses a year does Habitat do? Quite a few?
So on average, it's been about 22 to 24 in Southern Alberta.
Wow.
We're actually about to start our largest project ever at 32 units, multifamily.
What is the difference in pricing here?
So the benefits to a shopper coming and shopping at the Restore is the pricing is about 40 to 60% of what you'd find retail elsewhere, as well as when you shop, you don't pay the sales tax. Because all the items are donated and it is a social enterprise, there's no sales tax for the items that you purchase.
This is amazing. Thank you for all that you do, and not just for Habitat for Humanity, but extending that out to first-time home buyers or people who are just trying to make a great space, but you know, trying to watch their pitties.
Thank you very much.
Awesome. Thank you.
Welcome to CF Interiors, where I will be doting on reasons why it's so important to hire a designer when considering a new space. Ever walk into a showroom and think, wow, this place looks so amazing? Well, it didn't happen by chance. Beautifully styled spaces take meticulous planning. From an empty room to a perfectly curated home, a designer is trained to think outside the box, to create perfectly styled rooms that not only reflect your personality and style, but also function in a way that fits with your lifestyle. Have you ever bought a piece of furniture that didn't quite fit? Paint a wall more than a few times? What about going to a store and falling in love with all of those accessories only to bring them home to realize they didn't work? A designer will save you time and money. It's the two things most people wish they had more of. A designer has the tools to decipher what needs to happen, where, when, and for how much. The majority of us have a certain amount of money to furnish a room. A designer will help us make the best choices so that we not only avoid those costly mistakes, we also get the best value, and we get help making decisions that will increase the value of our home. A designer has a discerning set of eyes that will immediately assess and make a plan of action. They know everything from balance, scale, color, texture, all those ingredients that go into making spectacular rooms and making them pop. A designer has access to products not available to the general public. So if you're looking for that unique, custom, one-of-a-kind piece, even if it's small, hiring a designer is the best way to start. They have attention to detail, from area rugs, fabric selections, to lighting placements. A designer will make sure everything fits perfectly and truly complements the style and color palette of your home. If you have questions about designing the perfectly styled space, reach out to me at anainteriors.com.
Expenses can quickly add up when buying or renovating your first home, and that can cut into your entertainment budget. I met up with food blogger Candy Chow to show me some of the best places in Calgary for cheap eats. All right, this is super cool. Candy Chow, you are a blogger, for
Yes.
a food blogger here in Calgary. You also are supposed to be hip and cool, and you're going to show me the cool places to
Yes.
eat cheap in Calgary.
Yes, exactly.
Tubby Dog, never been here. This is cool. So tell me all about it.
Yeah, it's a authentic vintage vibes to it. It's a hot dog hamburger taco shop, and they also got video games, arcades, classic arcades in here.
I saw Miss Pac-Man.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's amazing, and it's cheap, like $7 for a huge hot dog. I actually discovered it in the beginning when they had a little stand in the Commonwealth.
What are some other places that we can find here in Calgary for cheap eats?
Yeah, Native Tongues, right beside Central Memorial Park. They do taco de guisados, which is just little tacos about this size, and 4 of them fills you up, and it's $3.75 each. And also do Taco Tuesdays for the whole day, so it's $2.50 for each tacos. And they have like pork, beef brisket, mushrooms, beans.
So that's a native tongue. Where else would you suggest?
I would suggest going to TT right in Chinatown.
What is that?
It's a Vietnamese submarine place.
Tell me what's good, like what we should be asking for there, what you have to try.
Yeah. So I always get the sautéed beef. So you've never had it before. So what a banh mi is essentially a baguette, and they put some pate, some mayo in there, and they put in some cold cuts or even sautéed beef, sautéed chicken. Like there's a bunch you can choose from.
So when you're out discovering places in Calgary, what is it that you're looking for? Especially because so many of us are watching our budgets. What is it that you look for that makes a great cheap eats place?
A great cheap eats, I would say, well, obviously the price, and as well as the authenticity of the place. I find that a lot of authentic restaurants that focus on authentic food tend to be super, super good.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Love the mix of flavor. I am dying for my hot dog.
Yes.
This is going to be awesome.
Yes.
Tummy filled with Tubby Dog, I turned my attention to other questions that many home buyers ask. What community should I live in? And what about building green?
I'm Doug Hayden, real estate agent with eXp Realty. Today I wanted to take you on a tour of a beautiful lake community called Mahogany. It's in the south of Calgary. It's an exceptional master plan community. It's got everything from the gorgeous lakeside living, which you'll see, the beaches, the boating, everything, all about kind of being at the lake. The whole community was designed around lake living. In terms of affordability, it's fairly easy to get in here. Condo living starts at just over $200,000, and you can move all the way up into luxury lakeside living, which is around us right now. It was designed in terms of when you're coming home, that you didn't have to leave the community. There's shopping, there's restaurants, there's everything you need locally and nearby. Great shopping center called The Village. Living here is what it's all about. The reason that people choose Mahogany is not just that lakeside living, but also the look and feel of the community. It's actually got one of the highest architectural standards of any community designed in Canada, and it actually exceeds almost all the density of any new neighborhoods in terms of how it's designed. So there's everything from condo living to home living. So just in terms of one of the communities in Calgary, Calgarians love lakeside living. We're in the deep south. There's several lake communities here. This one, honestly, is one of the most exceptional. When it's all built out, 30,000 people. Hope you enjoyed the tour, and if you have any questions, you can always get a hold of us.
Carrie Rose here with the Reps Group at RE/MAX First. I'm with my partners, Haley Poirier, Krista Ailman, and Michelle Eljarnson. We'd like to welcome you to Sunview Custom Homes in the Ranch, Strathmore, Alberta, a short drive from the city. Today we're going to be viewing this beautiful 1,867 square foot semi-attached home. Let's have a look at the kitchen.
Welcome to the kitchen. As you can see, this space is the perfect mix of modern functionality at its finest. There's amazing features in this home, from the massive island that will be multifunctional for cooking or having the kids come up to eat their breakfast, lunch, or in my case, dinner. There also is a full walk-in pantry which allows for tons of storage, which is perfect for any family entertainer who doesn't like to have clutter on their kitchen cupboards. This space is fully open concept. The living room has hard surface floors, a gorgeous fireplace, and then you walk back into the entranceway where you see the den or office area. That place is perfect for any family, whether you're using it as an office or a toy room. The frosted French doors offer the perfect amount of privacy for when entertaining. Let's go check out the upstairs.
I cannot get over the bonus room on the upper level of this home. What amazing value. This centrally located area has room for TV, games, kids' playroom, and every bedroom is connected to this room. There's even a main bath, laundry room, and for extra natural light, we have 2 skylights. Come and check out the master bedroom.
This room is definitely my favorite in the house. First of all, let's look at the cathedral ceilings. It gives this room a light, airy feeling. There's a lot of room for your king-size bed, and you've got to check out that master closet. Definitely perfect for anybody that has lots of clothing, and it's got a true built-in closet feature to it. And lastly, but definitely not least, is the ensuite. It's a 5-piece ensuite, and there's a perfect soaker tub in there for you. What a great way to end an evening, having a nice bath.
Thanks so much for joining us today at Sunview Custom Homes, and we hope to see you another time.
Most people, when they think of a built green home, think of energy efficiency. There's lots of other reasons to build a built green home, and they include the building materials that we use. They generally are safer and healthier. There's a lower carbon footprint to the home in terms of we use less energy to build the home. It is more economical to operate, both in terms of energy use and requires less water. Let's go check out some of the specific details of a built green home. In a built green home, we use Energy Star rated appliances, which means they use less energy. And for something like a dishwasher, it also uses less water. On a lot of sustainable homes, you'll see motion activated lights in things like walk-in pantries and walk-in closets. And that's so that the homeowner doesn't have to remember to turn the light off when they leave. So in this house, we've got a pantry with a motion activated light. We're in the furnace or utility room of a built green home. You can see on this furnace it actually has a yellow label called an EnerGuide label. you think back to the 70s or 80s, the furnaces in those homes were likely 80% efficient. In a modern, more sustainable home, the furnaces are 96 or 98% efficient. A heat recovery ventilator is essentially an air-to-air heat exchanger. As we bring fresh air in from outside, we preheat that air using heat scavenged or extracted from the exhaust air going out. As part of the Built Green program, the home receives 2 labels. One label is the EnerGuide label, which is a standard of Natural Resources Canada, or EnerCan. The other one is the Built Green level. It goes from bronze to platinum. We're at the hot water tank in the utility room. Unlike the appliances you saw upstairs, this is an ENERGY STAR rated hot water tank. Unlike the hot water tanks you might be familiar with in an older home, this is a power vented hot water tank, which means it's more efficient to operate. In a Built Green home, we use triple glazed windows. The manufacturer fills the chambers between the panes with argon gas. In addition to that, they actually apply films to the glass that help keep heat in the home and also help keep out harmful ultraviolet rays. In a sustainable home, we pay attention to the kind of light that we use. And in a Built Green home, we use LED lights. They produce the same amount of light with much less energy. Each home is built to a checklist, and the checklist describes all of the different things we're going to do to produce that Built Green home. For more information on builders that build Built Green homes, please visit the Built Green Canada website.
A big part of any green home is heat efficiency and water conservation. As Bruce Lee said, be water, my friend.
Hi, I'm Jeff Howells with New Level Inspections and a proud member of the Alberta Professional Home Inspectors Society. Today's segment, we're talking about water drainage and lot grading, which is just basically the slope of your yard away from your house. Now, this is something that people hardly ever think about until they have a wet basement problem, but it is something your home inspector should be checking for. So let's have a look. So over here, we've got the ground as it comes up to the house. Now this is kind of flat here, so we would definitely be making a note of this in the report and making a comment to the client. So typically what we would like to see is approximately a 2% drop in grade from the high spot of the yard out to the low spot. So a 2% drop would just equate to 2 centimeters per meter or 1/4 inch per foot. Now, this is a common measurement in house construction, as plumbing drains often accomplish the same thing. The other thing we want to talk about with regards to drainage is gutters and downspouts. We want to make sure downspout extensions are extending at least 6 feet away from the foundation. We don't want to have water dumping right down onto the side of the house. Also, with regards to gutters, we want to make sure that they're clean. If they're clogged, it will not drain. Water will shoot off the roof, overshoot the gutter, and drop right down onto the foundation, again increasing the problem for a wet basement. So including gutter and downspout cleaning as part of an annual home maintenance program is an excellent idea. So I hope we learned something here today. Thanks for watching. On behalf of APHIS Alberta and New Level Inspections, I'm Jeff Howells. See you soon.
Welcome back to Canyon Plumbing and Heating's Home Comfort Corner. I'm Deanne and this is Ron from Canyon Plumbing and Heating, and today we're going to talk about hydronic heating. But first, Ron, what is hydronic heating?
Hydronic heating is any type of heat source with water, typically with a boiler system. The old conventional baseboard heating, but most common way now is radiant floor heating, which adds more efficient and more comfortable for the system. Concrete holds and stores energy very, very well. So basically it takes very minimal energy to maintain that temperature. So with the boiler being modulating and 95% efficient, and then you have the concrete holds and stores energy, it makes the system overall very, very efficient and comfortable. And then we could add zoning with controls that makes the system even more efficient.
That sounds really interesting. Why don't we go take a look at some of the components?
Why don't we do?
Why don't you tell us about what we have here?
Well, first off, we have our heat source, which is a boiler, and it has a modulation gas valve and 95% efficient. So basically it's only give whatever heat's required for the heating, not burning wasted gas. And then basically, so that provides the heat for the radiant floor, as well as what's called an indirect water heater to do your domestic hot water. So basically it's got a coil inside where the boiler water goes through the coil to heat your domestic water. Now you have a 95% efficient gas appliance to heat your domestic water, and very high R value in the tank, so it gives you very good recovery and it's very, very energy efficient.
And you're talking about zoning. Why don't you tell us what you mean by that?
Well, basically we do zoning, which adds to the comfort and it also adds to the efficiency. So basically here we'll have a bedroom, we'll have a thermostat just for the bedroom, a games room, we'll have a thermostat for the games room and a thermostat for the gym, because typically you want those at different temperatures. So with the energy efficiency of the concrete, the boiler, and now zoning, you've made the overall system very, very efficient. So it's not just the efficiency of the boiler, it makes it more thermal comfort.
You know, I just love going down to my basement and laying on the floor when it's super cold outside because the floor is nice and warm, or when I'm doing yoga, it's not cold, and it's great for kids playing. Just great for everybody. Just makes my basement so much more usable. Join us next time on Canyon Plumbing and Heating's Home Comfort Corner.
Like Deanne, I can appreciate a good heated floor for yoga, but sometimes you have to take your exercise to new heights. All right, Ingenation. No, I did not drop the N. It is actually Ingenation. Leslie, thanks for having us out.
Yeah, thanks for being here.
So, Ingenation, it is like crazy cool in here,
yeah,
and lots of people. What exactly do you guys do?
Yeah, we're 55,000 square feet of fun. So basically anyone, all ages and ability, can come by and explore a giant indoor playground and conquer their inner fears through some different challenges. We have a giant trampoline park. You can see a Ninja Warrior course, military obstacle course, a climbing park, and a lot of other fun and activities that happen here.
So this would make a great Sunday afternoon activity when everybody's trying to figure out the chore chart. Which kid gets the dishes for the next week?
Yep.
Is the one left standing?
That's right.
Or not standing?
That's right. You could do that on the dodgeball court, our battle beam, fastest person through the ninja course. There's a few different ways you could figure that out.
A creative way to keep the family going smooth. So speaking of families, ages and stages, who comes?
All ages and ability. It's really great from grandma down to the little toddler. We have different parts of the facility that are framed just for the little wee kids. And then everything progresses through the facility. So if you can do it, great. And if you can't, that's all right. It is really framed after that old playground mentality.
Very cool. Now, when I was coming in, I almost tackled the person leaving that had a birthday cake.
Yes.
You guys obviously do birthdays.
We do tons of birthdays, giant birthday party packages here, and we really cater to each family and what they need. So if you want to bring in your own food, you can do that. Although we love what we offer here through our catering menu, but lots of different opportunities for families to have their birthdays here. So you can hear a lot of the noise in the background with the kids that are here for school, field trips. But often in the summer, we fill this place as a large summer camp destination where kids, they do a lot of the physical activity, but they also learn how to develop new teamwork skills and some art and creativity, and then they just have fun all day long, so they go home and fall asleep in their evening
and crash.
dinner. Yeah.
So it's a mom and dad's perfect
Yeah.
day camp type of scenario
Yeah.
for the kids. Thank you, Leslie.
Yeah,
I
thanks for
appreciate
having
it.
us.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All these first times reminded me how quickly time flies and how much I've aged, hopefully like fine wine. Homes and Lifestyles Canada is an independent production made possible with the support of Kahane Law, A&A Interiors, Canada Mortgage Direct, APHIS, Canyon Plumbing and Heating, and EXP Realty. Wardrobe provided by Bellissima and Nagel. Hair and makeup by Swizzle Stick Salon Spa. Be sure to stay connected with us for behind the scenes and amazing giveaways at homesandlifestyles.ca and visit us online, Facebook, and Instagram.